Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to take a direct interest in overseeing the AMCA stealth fighter jet project, particularly the development of its crucial 110 kilonewton thrust engine. According to reports, even the Indian Air Force supports direct oversight from the Prime Minister's office for this fifth-generation fighter jet project of national importance, given the threat of a two-front war with China and Pakistan, as well as the growing stealth fighter fleets of India's adversaries, including the J-20s and the FC-35s. The Indian Air Force just cannot afford typical delays from the HAL or the DRDO on the AMCA, and PM's oversight is needed if India's stealth fighter is to be inducted by the 2035 deadline. PMO supervision would ensure seamless coordination between the agencies, accelerate decision-making process, and secure favorable technology transfer agreements for the crucial AMCA engine. Prime Minister Modi's involvement is seen as a decisive step to fast-track India's fifth-generation fighter jet engine project, with the decision between France's Safran, UK's Rolls-Royce, American GE, and the Russian Saturn engines expected to be taken this year itself. China and Pakistan are rapidly modernizing their air forces, posing a growing challenge to India's national security and thus the urgency for this AMCA project. China has significantly expanded its fleet of fifth-generation J-20 stealth fighters, with estimates suggesting over 200 were flying back in 2023 and projections of up to 1,000 by 2034. The deployment of J-20s near India's borders in Tibet intensifies national security concerns. These Chinese aircraft boast advanced stealth, sensor fusion, and long-range strike capabilities. Even though reports suggest that the Indian Sukhoi 30 MKI fighters can track the J-20s, the sheer numbers do pose a threat. Additionally, China is actively developing sixth-generation fighter jet prototypes expected to be operational by late 2030s, which could further widen technological gap between India and its northern adversary, though the capabilities of these Chinese prototypes remain unproven as of now. Meanwhile, Pakistan too will begin inducting the stealth FC-35 jets by as early as 2029. This acquisition would give Pakistan a stealth-capable aircraft well before India's AMCA enters service in 2035, with the potential to alter the regional air power dynamics. Even though Pakistan has lost two wars against India in 1965 and 1971, the acquisition of stealth fighter jets before India could prompt a more aggressive posturing from Islamabad once again. In response to these escalating threats, India must accelerate the development and induction of the AMCA, its indigenous fifth-generation fighter jet. The Indian government has also formed a high-level committee with the intent to fast-track the AMCA program, potentially bringing the first operational fighters into service by 2033, 2 years ahead of the initial 2035 target. The committee, led by Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh, includes key officials such as Indian Air Force's Vice Chief, Air Marshal S.P. Dharkar, Secretary of Defence Production Sanjeev Kumar, and senior figures from the Defence Research and Development Organization, or the DRDO, and the Aeronautical Development Agency, or the ADA. Their report, expected next month, is anticipated to outline a roadmap for quicker AMCA deployment. The AMCA program will follow a phased approach, beginning with the initial squadrons or the NK-1 variant powered by General Electric F414 engine, the same engine set to power the Tejas Mark IIs, producing 98 kilonewtons of thrust. This decision allows for quicker production and deployment, as the F414 is a well-established platform. The AMCA NK2 variant, planned for later induction, will feature a new, more powerful 110 to 120 kilonewton thrust class engine, which India will co-develop with a foreign engine manufacturer with a 100% tech transfer agreement. The Indian Air Force is reportedly considering an initial order of 40 AMCA NK1 aircraft after the successful completion of trials of the 5 initial prototypes. These prototypes, presently in various stages of design and development, will undergo extensive testing to evaluate their stealth capabilities, avionics, sensors, as well as weapons systems. If the proposed timeline is met, the Indian Air Force could start receiving the first batch of AMCA Mk1 fighters as early as 2033, significantly enhancing its operational capabilities. Even with the F414 engine, the AMCA Mark 1s will be a substantial upgrade for the Indian Air Force. It will incorporate key fifth-generation features such as advanced stealth technology, an internal weapons bay, which will reduce radar signature, an active electronically scanned array or ASAR radar, and cutting-edge situational awareness systems. These capabilities will surpass those of Indian Air Force's current 4th and 4+ generation fighter jets, including the Sukhoi 30 MKIs and even the Dassault Rafales. Early induction of the AMCA Mk1 will also help air and ground crews gain vital experience in handling a 5th generation fighter, facilitating a smoother transition to the more capable Mark II variant. However, accelerating the AMCA production presents significant challenges. Developing a 5th generation fighter requires seamless integration of multiple advanced technologies, necessitating close coordination between the ADA, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited or the HAL, private sector defense companies, and a reliable supply chain for critical components. Rigorous testing of prototypes is essential to ensure that the aircraft meets IAF's operational requirements, and delays in this phase could impact the final production timeline. The development of the indigenous 110 kN engine for AMCA Mk2 is another crucial factor. India is exploring international collaborations with companies like Safran of France, Rolls-Royce of UK, and General Electric to co-develop this more powerful engine. But finalizing transfer of technology agreements could take time. India's defense industry stands to benefit significantly from the early induction of the AMCA. It would mark a major milestone in India's pursuit of self-reliance in defense manufacturing, aligning with Prime Minister Modi's flagship Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. The AMCA's advanced capabilities, particularly its stealth features, will enhance the Indian Air Force's ability to operate in contested airspace, conduct precision strikes, and maintain air superiority, capabilities crucial in light of evolving regional security threats. The Indian government is also working on involving private players in AMCA production to accelerate timelines and leverage industrial expertise. Now, initially, a special purpose vehicle or SPV was proposed, but discussions with private firms stalled. The Ministry of Defense under Rajnath Singh is now exploring a development-cum-production partner agreement, which could see 2 production lines, one led by the HAL and another by a private consortium. Recent discussions suggest a joint venture model where HAL holds a 50% stake, while private firms like Tata and Larsen & Toubro each could hold 12.5% stakes, facilitating distributed responsibilities across design, development, production, and maintenance. Given the rising air power capabilities of China and Pakistan, India has also debated the option of acquiring stopgap proven 5th generation fighters like the F-35 from United States or even the Russian Sukhoi 57 Felons. However, geopolitical hurdles make the F-35 purchase unlikely, especially due to US concerns over India's operation of the Russian S-400 air defense systems. The Russian Sukhoi 57 fighter jet, on the other hand, has faced developmental challenges as well as limited production, making it a less attractive option than the F-35. Experts suggest that instead of relying on foreign acquisitions, India should focus on expediting and accelerating its own AMCA development with increased private sector participation and faster indigenous engine co-development. With China and Pakistan advancing their stealth fighter programs, India's need for a 5th generation combat aircraft has never been more urgent. Accelerating the AMCA program is not just about meeting future operational needs. It's about ensuring that India maintains air superiority in the entire region. But what do you believe? Does the AMCA need oversight from the Prime Minister's office to meet production timelines? Leave a comment with your opinion, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.